Hello, Grace River family and friends. I can't believe that we're moving into this holiday so quickly. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, but listen, Christmas is coming. Jesus Christ is who we celebrate this time of year, and I'm just blessed to be able to celebrate that with you. We certainly are looking forward to everything that God is doing, and I just wanted to give you a quick update, and as we move through these next few weeks into the new year, just what God has been doing, but I just want to encourage you of the great things God is preparing us for. We talk about hope. We talk about waiting for hope. We talk about, especially coming out of 2020, coming out of 21 now, people losing hope. We want to speak hope into people's lives. I just want to encourage you, we're not waiting for hope. The hope is in you. Colossians 1 tells us, and we talk about this all the time here at Grace River, there's this mystery Paul talks about that we bring to the Gentiles, and this mystery is Jesus Christ, the hope of glory that is in you. He's saying that Jesus Christ in us is the hope that this world is looking for. I just want that to be encouragement for a moment, because listen, sometimes we even get caught up in waiting for hope. I mean, we all know someone who is still carrying that burden from 2020. Maybe there was sickness, maybe there have been loss, maybe they lost a home or a relationship, maybe they lost a job. This is terrible. But maybe there also are people that have found a job, maybe even been able to move and find a better home. You see, the realities is that stuff is not our hope. I can take you to people right now living in brand new places that are still very empty inside. Why? Because Christ is our hope. You see, Christmas reminds us that Jesus came that first time. The hope in us is that He's coming again. The hope in us is that we can be redeemed. So what does that mean for us at Grace River? Well, I just want to drop a few things into your spirit. You see, as we're wrapping up 2021, as we're moving into 2022, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Here at Grace River Church, there are three very simple things I want us to focus on. First of all, I want us to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength. I want us to love God. How do we do that? Well, I believe first and foremost, we do it by coming together on Sundays and worshiping Him. We corporately come together the first day of the week, and we put Him first in every area of our lives. We know that we're part of a universal church. We know that if Christ is in us, wherever we go, the church is represented. But there's something about that corporate worship that is vital. So when we love the Lord our God, we're coming together and worshiping Him corporately. But then we also have grace groups. We're going to be kicking those off again in January. And I just want to encourage you, make plans to be a part of a grace group. There are some of you that may feel called and you want to lead a grace group. Maybe you want to host a grace group. It doesn't matter. I want you to be involved in it. That's where we grow. That's where we're nurtured. That's where iron sharpens iron. But not only do we love the Lord our God, we love our neighbor as ourself. Meaning, we've got to start taking responsibility and reaching out to the community around us, reaching out to each other, making sure, and we do a great job of that already, believe me. Our reach ministries here are powerfully led, and we're already impacting the local community. But listen, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. And activities for the sake of busyness is not what we're after. It's effectiveness where God has planted us. That's what we want. And really the last thing is very simple. Make disciples. This is a command that Jesus gives the disciples for them to go. Same command for us. Go make disciples. What does that look like for us? Well, again, it can be many things that will happen here at Grace River, but one special way that we're putting a lot of focus on is Grace River Academy. Starts this January. Many of you have heard about it. Maybe this might be the first time, but what that means is we're moving our lower grades from Chesapeake Christian Academy here to our facilities and pouring powerful education, but a biblical knowledge that our young men and women will grow up knowing their God, knowing His Word, and knowing His purposes. I don't want to just be busy with activities. I want us to be effective. So it's those three simple things. Now let me simply ask you to do three things. Would you pray? Would you please help me by praying? Pray for God, the hope of glory that is in us, to have an impact in our community, to have an impact through the school, to have an impact through our weekend worship services and our grace groups and through your lives. Pray. But I also would ask that you give. Give of your time. Yes, finances, we know that sermon, right? We know that message. You're sort of expecting that, I'm sure. But the reality is, this isn't a plead for money. It's a plead for your heart. You see, your resources don't just include the finances, your time, your effort, your energy. And that's why I want to encourage you. Pray, but give. Give of yourself. Yes, the finances are necessary, but I promise you, if what we were doing was just trying to keep the lights on, I wouldn't be here. It's seeing transformation in the lives of people, and I'm just trying to assure you it's happening. But then lastly, expect. I wonder what it would be like if we moved into 2022 with expectation, not fear. The hope is in us. What if we moved into 2022 with the kind of faith that says God can, God will? We can look back and know that God has. I want us to move forward expecting God to change lives, expecting God to move on our behalf, expecting God even in the midst of a culture that is easy for people to look at and say, we've lost hope. Folks, we've not lost hope. It's in us. And I want to encourage you, pray, give, expect. Now saying that, God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.